Guys, what is up? What is good? Preston back again with another Manchester United weekly roundup video. So today we're going to be reflecting on that Crystal Palace game. Jadon Sancho is back in training. Links to Marco Reus, guys. We're actually linked to Marco Reus, the Borussia Dortmund centre attacking midfielder, the Lingard interview, and of course the preview for the Arsenal game, which is coming up this Sunday. So stay tuned for all that. Alright, man, that Crystal Palace game, it feels like a loss. And the police are out. The police are here again. Friday night, guys. Friday night. Anyway, bro, that Crystal Palace game, right, it genuinely feels like a loss, like, in my opinion, because, like, Crystal Palace, right, I can only remember 3 things that stuck out for me throughout that entire game that Crystal Palace did. The first one is, of course, that shot from Hudson-Edouard, bro, where it, like, almost flew in top corner, because when I was watching it, right, and when he took the shot off, I was like, bro, this is going top corner, and then it hit the crossbar. I was like, he's actually saved that, bro. That save was absolutely unbelievable. He was working hard for that clean sheet, bro. He genuinely was working hard for it. The header that Mark Gurley did as well, like, where he was directly at David De Gea, but he managed to punch it out, and then that free kick from from Olise, bro. Like, bro, we concede some mad goals sometimes, bro. Especially that screamers. He won't be coming out of the screamer. Olise coming out of the screamer. When have you ever seen Olise pull out a screamer before for Crystal Palace in his time in the Premier League, fam? Because I've not seen it, bro. Guys, if you've seen Olise, right, like, they hit a screamer, comment down below, because I've not seen him pull out a shot like that in his entire career, bro, in the Premier League. But man, like, for me, the part of the blame, right, needs to go to the attackers, fam, because I said that, like, it was a big difference between our defense and the attack in the midfield, right? Because our defense, like Wan-Bissaka, man, like Aaron Ronaldinho, Varane, fam, Mr. Clean, bro, Martinez, the Butcher, Luke Shaw, David De Gea, even Casemiro, right? All these guys, yeah, they all played well. Bruno, Ericsson, Vegas, Anthony, and Rashford, bro, like, these guys, they pulled out a stinker that game, G. Like, it was just so scrappy, because I counted, right, and I said this in my match reaction, on average, right, like, on the 6th or 7th pass, like, there'll just be like a misplaced pass. Like, it was so scrappy, it was so untidy, yeah? And for me, like, these guys actually started trying to, like, turn up the momentum and actually start being serious and trying to attack more, like when Crystal Palace had equalized. That was way too late, bro. It was so light. Marcus Rashford was so quiet that game, bro. Don't get me wrong, the guy's been on fire for us, and yes, like, players do have, like, players can't always be on point, like, every single game. Yes, there should be, like, a game where, like, they're not on point, and it is that one for Rashford. But and of course he was quiet. Anthony, G, like, Anthony, bro, I said it again, like, in my match reaction, the guy needs to work on his right foot, man, because Jadon Sancho is coming back, and I will talk about Jadon Sancho too, like, throughout this video, like, later on, but he needs to work on his right foot, fam, because again, there was one point, and I don't know who this was. It was one of those, it was one of those United stand, like, United stand, not stand, on Twitter, right, and they posted a video of Anthony sprinting, and there was so much space, and there was Tarek Mitchell behind him, and the guy just stops, and I was like, and I seen that, and I remember that, because I remember screaming. I was like, keep running, what are you doing, fam, keep running. And I was really annoyed by that, and I'm glad that somebody actually posted that video too. But these guys, bro, they need to bring the A game, right, against Arsenal on Sunday, because Casemiro got a booking, fam. Bro, every United fan knew that was coming. Again, the Sky Sports presenters, right, they were trying to say, oh, Casemiro has to be careful, because if he gets a booking, he'll miss the Arsenal game. And yes, bro, like, it was a clear yellow, bro. It couldn't even be a red, to be fair, because to how high he jumped up. Like, man's like 2 feet off the air. He's kind of behind, like, Wolf and Zaha. So yeah, it's a little bit of a tough one to take, but again, like, it feels like a loss for me, like in my opinion. And a bit of good news, guys. Jadon Sancho is finally back in training with the Manchester United first team squad, and brother, we need you, fam. We missed you, bro. Welcome back, fam. Welcome back. And yeah, this was actually reported by Andy Mitten a few days ago, because he did report that Jadon Sancho was expected to be training this week, and lo and behold, he is training. And yeah, like, the thing is, with the United attack, it's so thin, fam. It's generally so thin, especially on that right wing spot, because Jadon Sancho can play right wing, because Anthony right now how he's not been at the races, like, in my opinion. And whenever he does get injured, or whenever he does need a rest, we play Bruno Fernandes out on the right side, or we either play Anthony Elanga. So for me, Jadon Sancho, that spot, right, he can actually give competition with Anthony. And when you look all around, right, like our first team, especially like the right back spot, the centre backs, the left back, bro, even the midfield, bro, just competitions all around, and it's good for us, especially for the Manchester United team, because it raises the levels for the players, bro. It generally raises the levels for the players. So I'm really happy to see Jadon Sancho back. And there was like urban like legends going on like about this whole Jadon Sancho situation, because they're saying, Jadon Sancho had a bust up with Eric Ten Hag, so Ten Hag sent him all the way to the Netherlands to go train with his friends. And I'm just like, bro, maybe it's something personal. Maybe he was going through some things, bro. Like, maybe that's what it is. That's what it is. But we'll never find out to what it is. Maybe he might do a podcast like Jesse Lingard and just come out and say to why he's gone away for so long. But hey, I'm just happy to have this guy back. And speaking of Jesse Lingard, right, he did do a podcast or / interview with Stephen Bartlett, a fellow Manchester United fan, the Dragon from Dragon's Den. If you guys know who he is, he does the Diary of the CEO podcast. And that podcast, bro, like, I was listening to it, bro, I was like, this is sad, fam. I was like, bro, I was like so sad for Jesse Lingard. I was like, this is so sad, bro. And the thing is too, because for me, I admit, bro, I admit that I was on Jesse Lingard's like case, because like, why is this guy not playing this and that? And when you get to find out, right, to the things he's going through, like with his mother in his personal life, you're like, yeah. And the lies again that the Manchester United board promised Jesse Lingard, the Man United board, fam, like, bro, every single time when a player comes out and speaks about them, especially when they've left United, bro, it's never anything good. Ronaldo calling them out. Jesse Lingard said the same thing what Ronaldo said. Nothing's been updated, fam. Even he said that Ronaldo's been there longer than me, fam, and the things like they've not been updated. To how just they're treating their usual staff, like the dinner ladies, the guy who just keep the maintenance up at Carrington, the people around Old Trafford, to how like they're interacting with them. Because when Alex Ferguson was there, he knew everybody's name, even the academy kids from like the under nines, all going away going all the way up, right, to the reserve team, fam. Like, these guys, they need to F off. Bro, like, the terms and conditions for YouTube have been changed, right, because I would genuinely go in on them. If you see my previous videos, guys, like on the board, bro, I would genuinely go in on them, but the terms and conditions haven't changed, so I have to keep it PG friendly, like. And for me, right, they need to F off, bro. Like, the Glazers, go away, man. Merton, go away. Arnold, go away, fam. Because these comments right now, as I want to read these comments as well. Like, there's about 3 of them which I do want to read. So, and guys, I do have a little bit of a start. So bear in mind with me while I try to read that. So the first one, right, says, again, this is from Jesse Lingard, in that Diary of a CEO podcast, that Diary of a CEO podcast. So if you guys do want to go check it out, just search in YouTube Diary of a CEO. There's so many podcasts that Stephen Bartlett's done with Man United players, Rio Ferdinand. He's done it with Gary Neville, and now Jesse Lingard. So anyway, right, this quote goes: they let a couple of players go out on loan in January, but when it came to me, Jeremiah rang and said, no, you're not going on loan, basically, because that was when Newcastle wanted him, right? And if I'm like, the effery that these guys do, because that final season, yeah, Jesse Lingard didn't even play. He genuinely didn't even play, bro. Like, what was the point, right, of keeping him there while he is not going to play, fam? This is what I mean about these dudes, bro. They're absolutely useless people, fam. They're generally useless. All the clubs all around Europe know that the Manchester United board, John Merton, Richard Arnold, they're just useless guys, bro. They are, fam. That's literally what they are, right? And this next quote too, right? From Jesse Lingard once again. The quote says, I feel like United are still behind on everything. You see City's facilities, Tottenham's facilities, people are miles ahead, even the social side of things. And bro, like, I drive past the Manchester City training ground almost like every single day, because my uncle lives like literally 2 minutes from there. My cousin literally lives 2 minutes from there, bro. And I always see it, bro. I was like, why? Like, that's the bro, like, these Glazers, bro, they have to go, bro. They have to go, fam. We saw Ronaldo's complain about the facilities. Everyone's complained about them. Paul Pogba's complained about them, bro. Like, it's just, it's an absolute piss take, fam. It generally is a piss take from these dudes, bro. And I'm happy that Jesse Lingard has actually come out again and put a nail on the coffin for the Glazers to actually piss off from Manchester. I'm glad that I actually put that nail like on the coffin. And so many more players, right, should come out and say this, G. So many more, bro. Alexis Sanchez, even though he spoke crap about United, come out, talk about this. And the Herrera to keep on going, from Bastian Schweinsteiger, you as well, man. Like, they need to know how bad these people are at managing a football club. Right, so there's been reports coming out that Marco Reus's agent has had meetings with Erik ten Hag, and people are saying, like, what year is it? Is it 2017, bro? And for me, right, I'm like, you know what? Marco Reus right now, fam, like, even though he is injury prone, I see him, like, if you now do bring him in the summer as a free transfer, I see him as like a Juan Mata kind of guy. Genuinely do, bro. I genuinely see him as a Juan Mata type of guy, because after that, the 16-17 season, right, Juan Mata started featuring less in the United like first team, and he actually was like playing like in cup games like the Carabao Cup or like the FA Cup. And Marco Reus, right, can do the same thing for us, because he's still got quality, bro. You cannot take away that Marco Reus has still got quality, fam. I'd rather, right, bring in Marco Reus than nobody else. Genuinely, bro. And this is what I mean too, like, I can see what Ten Hag's trying to do, because he did the same thing as well with Dusan Tadic when he brought him from Southampton to Ajax, right? Like, he's trying to find the balance between like the youth, like our young players, Zidane Iqbal, Kobe Mainu, Pelistri, Amad Diallo, Garnacho, Charlie McNeil. Bro, Charlie McNeil is an absolute bad man, right? And like the more experienced players, guys like Casemiro, guys like Varane, guys like Marcus Rashford right now, when you see him, David De Gea, Luke Shaw. So he's trying to balance it out, because when you have a team, right, just filled with all players, it's not good, because like the all players aren't as physically in shape as the younger players. So for me, I can see why he's trying to bring Marco Reus in as that like experienced player too, because Marco Reus has been everywhere and done that Champions League finals. I was gonna say he's playing in World Cup, but he's not playing in World Cups because he's always been injured. But for me, again, like I can see why he wants to bring in Marco Reus, and I believe in Ten Hag, because the players that Ten Hag picks, right, these dudes, they're usually mentally strong characters. When you look at Vegas as well, the whole thing with him and Messi, fam, during the World Cup, bro, like that was mad. That was absolutely mad. When you look at Martinez, to how it's like him getting like elbowed by Mateta the other day and bleeding, but he's still carrying on. Didn't want to come off. Casemiro, fam, pushing the physiotherapist off and sprinting on, fam. Like guys with attitude, and I trust in Erik ten Hag. And if he does want to bring him Marco Reus, I think again it's gonna be like in that Juan Mata kind of role where he plays like a few games, but don't overpay for him. Like when I say overpay, don't give him like a massive wage. Give him like at least like 80k from a week, and just let him play like in the Carabao Cup or like the FA Cup, to give that like our other players like Bruno, Eriksen, Rashford, Anthony a break, because Marco Reus can play in central attacking midfield. He can play left wing. He can also play right wing as well. On to the preview, guys. So Manchester United travel away to the Emirates Stadium, 4:30 kick-off to play against Arsenal, the title favourites. And I ain't gonna lie to you guys, I am shook about this game, bro. I'm genuinely shook, because Arsenal right now, they are flying. Literally slapped up Tottenham last week, man, like men against boys. It was just men against boys. And we've not got Casemiro too. Like Casemiro got his fifth booking of the season. That he misses the game. That game is missing. Is the Arsenal one, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of Arsenal fans are gonna be happy about this. But there's a lot of Man United fans, right, that are screaming for Lisandro Martinez to play CDM, and I wholeheartedly agree with them, because we can't have McFred there, fam. That's the diabolical CDM pairing, bro. Fred just runs, McTominay hides from the ball. We need a guy, right, who can link the defense and the midfield and the attack together, bro, because Casemiro like could do that so easily. Man could intercept the pass and then put out like a sick pass, and Martinez has got that in that locker too, because he's put out some absolutely ridiculous passes throughout this season too, and especially against like Tottenham, in that Tottenham game at Old Trafford. I think we beat them 3-0 or 3-1. But anyway, guys, like Arsenal, right, onto the tactics side. like I'm so a tactician, fam. Anyway, onto the tactics side, right. with Arsenal, from what I've noticed, especially like from that Liverpool game a few months back, is they start off strong, and Cam from Coach Cam said this like correctly, fam. Arsenal start off right with bad intentions, fam. They start off with bad intentions, bro. Like they start off very quick, but like during the game they do wane like a little bit. Even when you notice, like with the Tottenham team in the second half, like Tottenham did like have like a little bit of a one up like against them, because Arsenal waned off a little bit, and that's the thing with me, right? I think that with the United players, we should be like defensively disciplined, like how we were disciplined against Man City. We shouldn't be going off and just doing like a madness, bro. Communication, staying compact, staying together, right? Because like again, like onto like the second half, Arsenal do like weighing up, the momentum does go away, right? And United, like during that game, in my opinion, we should be playing counter-attacking football, fam, because that's how we are going to win that game, G. Generally, that's how we're going to win that game, because if we try to play toe-to-toe with Arsenal, like the little intricate passes that we do, right, we'll lose that game, fam. So for me, be defensively sound, have a good banks of like 4, fam, like a usual 4-4-2, bro, and just literally just try not to concede straight away, because if we concede straight away, Arsenal are just going to be up for it, fam. They're going to be up for it. And again, like for me, like during like the second half, or even when the game goes on a little bit longer, we should start making like little small changes. Anthony on, we should bring Garnacho on for the counter attack, because that's when all the guys will be tired. Thomas Partey will be tired, Granit Xhaka will be tired, Zinchenko will be tired, Ben White will be tired. So that's when we can actually get them on the counter, in my opinion. But that's how I see things. Anyway, my starting lineup, right, is gonna be again like listen, it might be a little bit controversial, but I don't care, fam. I just want to avoid defeat, fam. I want to avoid defeat at the Emirates Stadium. I do not like losing to Arsenal. My goalkeeper, it is David De Gea. My right back, it is Aaron Ronaldinho, G. It's not Wan-Bissaka anymore, fam. We've got Ronaldinho playing for us, G, at right back. My 2 centre backs will be Rafael Varane and Luke Shaw. My left back, right, it is Tyrell Malacia. Malacia needs to bring his A game this game, fam, because Sake is on point. Wan-Bissaka, right, can deal with Martinelli, because Wan-Bissaka 1-on-1, like in my opinion, is defensively sound, fam. Like when you look at the last ditch tackle he did against Rufus Zaha the other day, absolute madness. Like Wan-Bissaka, like defensively, bro, like it's hard to get past him. Tyrell Malacia just has to be on it, bro. Generally has to be on it. My CDM, right, is Lisandro Martinez. He has to play there. I cannot have Scott McTominay and Fred playing there, bro. I generally cannot, fam. They aren't good enough to, again, link the defense and the midfield and the attack together, bro. I'm genuinely serious. And then my other midfielder will be Fred, because again, we need legs in that midfield. We can't have like guys like Granit Xhaka, Partey, Martin Odegaard bypass us. And I think that Fred should do the same job that he did on Kevin De Bruyne. He should do the same job on Martin Odegaard like I did on Kevin De Bruyne, in my opinion, because like Martin Odegaard, if he gets like playing, bro, is unstoppable some points, right? He's unplayable at some points. My other midfielder will be Christian Eriksen. Then my 3 attackers on the left side, Marcus Rashford, Anthony Martial as the main striker if he is fit. If not, then we'll have to play without Vegas. And then on the right side it'll be Bruno Fernandes. And then when the game keeps on like going on longer, we should actually move around, take Eriksen off, put Anthony in, Bruno Fernandes back in that midfield, Anthony out on the right side, take Vegas off if he is playing, put Garnacho in, switching with Marcus Rashford, and then we've got a attack of Garnacho, Rashford and Anthony, and then like the pace for counter-attacking. But guys, that's been the video. If you have stayed this long, thank you so much, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for staying this long, because this is the longest one that I've done so far. So many things to talk about this week. Probably like this video is probably going to be like 20 minutes long. So again, I really appreciate it. It really means a lot for me. And if you have stayed this long, right, what should we say? Avoid defeat, fam. Avoid defeat. That is the secret passcode if you stayed this long. Just comment down below as well. If you got those comments or concerns, you gotta do comment down below. Score predictions, again, comment down below. For me, I'm just saying avoid defeat, fam. That's it, bro. Just avoid defeat, G. But anyway, guys, I've been Tristan doing another Manchester United weekly roundup videos. I love making these videos, guys. And again, if you stayed so far and listen to me ramble and stutter and try to read Twitter things, it really means a lot to me, man. Like it puts a smile to my face. Thank you so much, guys, and I'm signing out. Keep it real.